just want to check in with you and check up on you. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am funny. That stands for the fittest underdog guru using intelligent tactics. All right, guys, so we are in a lockdown, although I am doing some grocery shopping right now. I live near a Kroger, if you're familiar with that, in the Midwest. And there's also a Whole Foods. And I need to stop over there. And I did my grocery shopping, and I've been doing my grocery shopping as soon as Kroger opens in the morning. I got a little bit of wiggle room. These days I don't start as early as I'd like to. And the sad thing is I'm not getting as much sleep as I should be because I've got more time on my hands, but it's being filled with other fires to put out and, maneuvering because of business. But it's interesting because what I've been noticing is on errands that I've ran over the last few days, I'm starting to see the cracking of the couples that have been pent up in their house for, I don't know, a week and a half now. It hasn't been that long. And, people are, starting to argue. You can see the frustration. And what's interesting is I don't mean to gloat or rub it in anyone's face, but I've been getting along very well with my significant other. And, while we both still have our job stresses and, kids that are home from school and all of that, we're managing. We're taking Dr. Oz's advice as to what couples should do at home. Look it up, Google it, YouTube it. You'll see what he said. You'll see what he said, and you should be doing that too. Especially if you're not getting enough cardio or exercise right now, or not as much as you normally get. So today I was making some fitness videos for some of my online clients. I've got some of those sessions coming up. And, it's funny because about 5 years ago I said I was going to start I'm trying to move most of my business over to an online presence. So I've been very aggressive, as you guys know, this last year, building my online presence for my Undersized Underdogs project, 5nothing100nothing. And so some people have seen it and go, well, are you a dating coach now? Are you a motivational speaker? Are you a trainer? I'm like, yes, I'm all of the above. I'm all that in a bag of pork rinds, not a bag of chips, as the saying goes, because chips are carbs and pork rinds are fat and a little protein and some artificial seasoning. But they're good. They're not good for you, but they're good. Well, they're good for me because my health markers are still awesome on keto. It's funny. I first, when I started hearing keto, I used to go crazy because, ketogenic diets. I mean, I learned about these things as an approach for fat loss and, a dietary approach for even for bodybuilders. Some will use that to really get into lean contest shape. So I understood it, at a college level back in the 90s, and all of a sudden it just caught wildfire. Atkins diet was popular in the early 2000s again, and so it's all cyclical. But I gotta still say that for me, this is the one diet that has been amazing. As far as cravings, sugar cravings, all of that gone. Body weight management, fat loss, energy, consistency with blood sugar and no energy crashes or spikes. So, you know, it's working pretty well. But back on track here, you can see I'm kind of going off on a rabbit trail. What's funny is under the state of Michigan order of staying in your house, the one thing you can do is go outside and exercise. You can go run or walk. And I thought, if I get pulled over, I'm just going to start running. And if the cop, you know, tells me to freeze or anything, I'm just going to be like, hey, I'm running. That's what I'm allowed to do right now. I'm not going to do that. One day I'll tell the story of when 6 police officers all had guns pulled on me and kicked me down to the ground, cuffed me, and detained me for about an hour because I fit the profile of a murder suspect. And he had allegedly just committed the murder, drove the same car I did, had the same description by eyewitnesses, and it was pretty exciting / fascinating. It was on my son's birthday too, so I was actually late to his birthday party, which sucked. But we had stories. It was really interesting. It happened in 2 different cities within about a 2-hour time frame. I'll save that for another video. I'll get real descriptive with it. And I may not let the truth get in the way of a good story too. No, I'll tell the truth. The truth is better than anything I can make up, I'll tell you that. So maybe we'll cut that video tomorrow. I'll be doing some running around tomorrow as well. I said this yesterday. If you watched that 28-minute video that I just spliced through the day, is I have a real hard time coloring inside the lines and following, you know, exact blueprints and rules. So, you know, I'm doing my best though. I'm trying to be a better man. You can't say fuck it to everything. Sometimes you gotta say, okay. Like the teacher on South Park. Okay. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. So you know what, you guys, everything is stressful right now, but I really think we're gonna come out of the woods here shortly. You know, a few days ago, I started to kind of like freak out about it a little bit. I told you how I'd wake up and think, you know, God, is this all a dream? Is this really happening? You know, and I start getting like really paranoid about government agenda and, you know, all this other stuff, and I'm still not completely convinced of everything with, you know, what we hear, what's reported. I just hope that anyone that's been affected is doing better, and I want to sing the praises of these poor grocery store workers that I've made small talk with some of them, and they've been working their tails off for like 2-3 weeks straight, double shifts. You know, so if you're going to the grocery store, you know what, be a little bit nicer to them. They're doing the best they can, and you know, they don't make a lot of money, and they're asked to be miracle workers in some cases. If they're out of certain foods, don't be mad at them. You know, it's not their call. You know, they're the messenger, they're the bagger, they're the person that rings it up, whatever. The stockers of the groceries, you know. And, you know, just have a little bit of heart, because let's say it was your mom or dad working there, or maybe your kids, or your partner maybe, or you. You know, if you work in that industry, you know, I really feel for you, and I thank you for being there for us, and so that we can go and still have a little peace of mind and a little assurance that, you know, we're going to be able to get food even in limited quantities. But the whole world is now on my minimalist agenda. My plan worked. Oh boy. So it's all good, you guys. Stay well. We'll check in tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll share that story about the police and what they did to me. Twice, 2 different cities, 2 different sets of police officers all thought I was a murder suspect. It'll blow your mind. Like, share, subscribe. Have a good day. Damn, this video went 10 minutes. Sorry.